Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in with me today. I'm Sarah, your host of the Unshakeable Co-Parent podcast. So this is the go-to place for all things co-parenting, and especially when dealing with high conflict situations or high conflict co-parent or high conflict dynamic. So today I'm going to be talking about something that I know many of you are experiencing right now, and it is the constant dread of your co-parent's next move. If that sounds familiar, rings any bells? Let's get into it. All right, so raise your hand, mentally, if you found yourself anxiously predicting your co-parent's next move. I know it's something that a lot of us experience, and it can be something that actually keeps us stuck and keeps us in this fear cycle. And if you've caught yourself looking over your shoulder, feeling like you're always on edge and, like you can't move forward, then that isn't a way to live. It really isn't a way to live. It's not sustainable and it's not healthy for you, and it gets you literally nowhere. Now, that's not to say that fear isn't real. Of course it's real. It's there. It's part of the journey. But what if I told you that you don't have to be held hostage by the fear? I know that might be hard to believe because there's a lot of fear that's wrapped up in what you're experiencing right now. But imagine not being shaken by every unexpected move. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But hear me out. Okay, I've spoken to so many women out there just like you who are always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Waiting for the next text message, the next court summons, the next accusation, whatever it may be, doesn't matter. And you know what the common thing is with every single person that comes to me and shares that with me. It's not just how unpredictable their co-parent is, but it's the way that that uncertainty dictates their own mental and emotional well-being. So imagine you've had a great day, everything went well, and then boom, you get the text message unexpectedly, or the email or the app notification, and it is go time. And it could be about a last minute change to plans. It could be about finances, who pays for this, some kind of expense, whatever it may be. And suddenly your day is basically fucked up. Let's just, say what it is. But here is the game changer. Like, what if you could become unshakable? Now, you might not even know what that means. It might sound like a very abstract word to you. So look back at past few episodes. I actually went into briefly what becoming unshakable actually is. And that will tell you all you need to know. But basically, what if you could become unshakable in the face of everything that was thrown your way, all the fires that are set? Being unshakable, as I've said before, it doesn't mean that you don't have feelings, that you don't have emotions, that you are this, robot, because you're human. We all have feelings, we all have emotions, we're all going to be triggered from time to time. That's not what becoming unshakable means, but it means that despite those attempts to ruffle your feathers, throw you off, you remain grounded. Okay? So it's that deep-rooted confidence that no matter what gets thrown your way, you've got this. You know what to do next. You may be wobbly for a little bit, but you know what your next move is. You know what your next step is. So think about this, like if you could level up to this unshakable space, how different would your life actually be? There'll be no more sleepless nights, no more distractions at work, no more not being present with your children, no more constant anxiety. So instead, you'll have calm assurance, and you'll know that you're doing the right thing by yourself and for your children. And you'll confidently make decisions that are aligned for you and where you want and need to be, instead of dictated by fear. Fear is always going to be there. When I say step out of fear and step into your power, I don't mean that it goes away. It's still there, but we make decisions confidently despite that, because that is what's necessary. Otherwise, we do stay in this cycle, and we stay basically stuck where we are. We don't move forward, and we don't feel like we're healing. We don't feel like we're moving forward. We don't feel like we're making progress, even though time is passing. Okay, so when you become unshakable, the narrative changes. So instead of being reactive, you become proactive. And instead of dreading your co-parents' like next or every move, you end up anticipating them, and you have a plan in place and you have a path to follow. So there's no more being caught off guard. All right. So I hear you thinking right now, well, that sounds great, Sarah, but how the fuck do I get there? Like, how do I do this? How? So listen, I've got you and I've got your back. But the first thing I want you to know is that it is not your fault. You did not put yourself in this situation. Okay? But it is your responsibility, now you know what you know, to do everything you can to dig yourself out of it, despite and regardless of what your co-parent is saying and doing. You've been conditioned by the constant conflict to expect the worst. I get it. I was there. But you can reclaim your power. Okay? So you need to start by looking at what triggers me, which situations come up that really trigger me, what sets me off, and then create strategies around them. So we cannot control what other people say or do. We can't control their actions. We can't make them do anything. So that is not the focus, but you sure as hell can control your reactions. Okay? So there are resources out there. There is support out there. You need a community that backs your success, a community that understands exactly what you're going through, a community that is going to cheer you the fuck along and help you rise up. Just like in the Unshakeable co-parent community. You will have those skills, not just the skills to deal with your co-parent, but the skills to become and step into your role as the safe and emotionally healthy parent for your children. You don't have to be the loudest, but you do need to be the influential parent. And you'll have those coping tools and strategies to support yourself along the way. There's no price tag, in my opinion, on having people who get it, who back you, who are there to support you and cheer you along. It's an invaluable community. All right. And if you have friends and family, they love you, they support you. They may not have personal experience of this, but at least that's better than nothing. But just be really discerning, because sometimes they can give support and advice that isn't quite in alignment with what you're dealing with. And it can end up backfiring. Like, some people think, oh, just fight fire with fire. Or just be really friendly. No, that's bullshit, in my opinion. We cannot do these surface level, superficial tips and hacks. Okay, we need strategy when dealing with this for however many years it's going to be. Okay, having a strategy in place will be a game changer for you. Yeah. So if you ever feel like, what I say resonates with you and you are ready to maybe implement some tailored strategies specifically for your situation, then feel free to reach out to me via DM on Instagram. Just DM me the word ready or Unshakeable, and we can have a chat about what your next steps might be. Okay? But I just want to end with, just remember that you deserve your peace. Your children deserve peace. You deserve freedom, and your children deserve freedom. And you deserve to feel unshakable as fuck. Okay, so thank you for tuning in today. No more living in fear. Fear's still always going to be there, but we're not going to listen to it. We're going to step into our power. We're going to take control of our lives, because you have the power to rewrite your story, okay? Until next time, stand tall, stand unshakable as fuck. Peace and love to you all. See you soon. Bye for now.